So given the choice, would you encourage our whole government to shut down, or would you start funding Obamacare to actually get it started? Right now, 80 Republicans are pushing for a shutdown, just at the critical point where millions of Americans are about to sign on for the health care law. Georgia Congressman Paul Broun is one of the backers, and he joins me now. Congressman, I want to ask you, if you shut down the government, it doesn't defund Obamacare because a lot of the spending is mandatory. So you would be hurting other programs, but wouldn't money still go to Obamacare?
Melissa, shutting down the government is not the issue here. Obamacare is already killing job production in America. Obamacare is going to shut down America. And we've got to stop the implementation, and by defunding it and continuing to fund the entire government except for the mandatory as well as the discretionary spending, which we can do in the continuing resolution that we're going to be voting on in September, is absolutely critical. Just this week, just a few days ago, Delta Airlines here in Atlanta announced that Obamacare was going to cost them $100 million. It's going to hurt their bottom line. It's going to hurt their ability to be able to function economically. We must shut Obamacare down, but keep the government running, and that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, without question. I mean, there are many people who have come out. We heard UPS come out and say for thousands and thousands of their employees, they're going to kick their spouses off their health care rolls.
Right.
That's right. Many different employers have come out and said they're cutting people to 29 hours a week. I just wonder if this is the best way to go about it. I mean, is it realistic to think that somewhere down the line there's going to be legislation repealing Obamacare that the president's going to sign? Because this is his signature thing. So why would he ever sign anything that would repeal Obamacare?
Well, this won't repeal Obamacare.
No, but isn't that your goal?
Well, eventually, yes, absolutely. I've got the solution. It's called the Patient Option Act. It's H.R. 2900 that I introduced in this Congress. Freedom Works endorsed it in the last Congress. It puts patients in charge of their health care decisions. It's market-based and will make health care cheaper for everybody. It's going to provide access to good quality health care for all Americans. And my Patient Option Act will save Medicare from going broke.
Yeah, but
that's the kind of policy that we need to put in place.
I hear you, and you look at the economics of this situation, and you see that without question, Obamacare is going to cost a lot of money, and it's going to be a real burden on employers and jobs and the economy and all those kind of things. But I want to look at realistic solutions to stop it in its path. And even as you talk about your own legislation, do you have support to make that actually happen? And do you see the president ever signing that at the end of the day?
Well, what we need to do, Melissa, is take all the funding away from Obamacare, which is going to delay the implementation. That's supposed to start on October the 1st, and it will just delay it being put in place. It's not going to repeal it. It's just going to delay it till we can do something about it. And Obamacare, if it goes into place October 1st, is going to really destroy everything America's built upon.
But you say delay it until you can do something about it. What would that something be? Delay it until you can do something about it, like what?
Like put in place my Patient Option Act, which is the only thing that makes sense.
Or do we need somebody else in the White House? Or what is another eventual solution down the line that you think would stop it in its tracks?
Well, hopefully we'll get control of the Senate in this next year's election, and then we can go further. I have no illusions about the president signing my Patient Option Act into law unless there's enough public pressure put upon him and Congress to repeal this abomination of Obamacare. It's got to be delayed, and that's the reason we must defund it in this continuing resolution, or it goes into effect October the 1st. It's already destroying jobs. It's already hurting our economy. It's going to destroy the quality of health care and the doctor-patient relationship. It's going to destroy budgets from family budgets all the way up to the federal budget. We've got to delay it by defunding it in this continuing resolution, and that's the ultimate solution before we destroy America.
Congressman, thank you so much for coming on. We really respect your passion.
Thank you, Melissa.
Next on Money, the U.S. says a nerve gas attack